Hey you guys, welcome back. So this video is going to be about the very first screen printing kit or system that I used from the very beginning. So this here is a it kind of sandwiches together. The top has a magnet to it, and then the black part is kind of velvety. So it kind of smashes your screen in there to help with the burning process. So this right here is our mesh, and we are going to use this to rinse our screen once our screen has been developed or burned. And then this is our screen. We're going to pretend that this is a new screen. I no longer use these anymore, so I don't have any to show you as a demo. So this is a already burned screen, but we're going to use our imagination today. And then this right here is our design, and it is printed on transfer paper. And I get my transfer paper from like an office store, and then I just print it off on my computer. So here is the setup. So we take the cover off, and we add our screen. I get these online. I'll let you know in the description box where I get them. And then we're putting our transfer sheet right on top of that. And then we take our cover and we place it right on top. And like I said, it's magnetic, so it creates a really good seal. Then we burn this under UV light. So it needs UV light to process. Once it's done processing, then you take the cover off. And then along with the cover, you take off that transfer sheet. And then this is your burn screen. So the next thing that you're gonna wanna do is rinse out the emulsion. So you wanna rinse it out really, really well, making sure that you can see through the screen and that it's really clear, because it'll help you get a really, really crisp cut. So then there you go. You have to let it dry, and then we're going to go with our next process here. So this here is what we're gonna need to actually use that screen to print. So we're gonna need our screen, our ruler, our scissors, some tape, the ink, all that good stuff. So then there is our screen, and we're going to place it on the shirt. Generally, I keep it 2 inches from the neckline, just so that you can get an accurate placement of the screen. Now, the downfall to this screen is that we actually have to tape it to the shirt so that the screen isn't moving around. It's still kind of difficult, but this is the process of how to get it on there. So you want to tape all 4 sides, make sure that your tape is really stuck down onto the screen so that there's no air pockets, and that t-shirt printing ink doesn't seep through. Generally, painter's tape works really well because it's easy to peel off, and it's easier to kind of get your screen flat. But today I didn't have any painter's tape because I don't use this method anymore. So yeah, so then you're gonna place your last piece of tape there and make sure everything is perfect. I kind of noticed with mine that it was kind of not hugging the t-shirt the way I wanted to, so I went back and peeled up that corner to try and get that screen to really suction down to that shirt. And keep in mind, I put a barrier in between the shirt so that the ink didn't bleed to the back side of the shirt. That's a very important thing. I put a piece of plastic in there to create a barrier. So here I am, just making sure that all of those corners are tacked down and it's really, really close to the shirt. Then we use our t-shirt printing ink, any color, any brand. This one here is by Speedball. I'll put the link in the description where I got that from. So we want to use our spatula and just spread the ink across the across the screen. And you want to use quite a bit more than what you think you may need, because I'll show you here soon how I salvage my ink. So then this is our squeegee. So we're going to squeegee that, and we want to make sure that we have firm pressure and we're actually pushing that ink through the screen. You want to go over it a couple times. Try not to, because you can shift your screen and it can kind of move around on the shirt, but as long as you're kind of firm with it, it's fine. So then scrape off that excess right back into your jar, so that you're not wasting any excess paint. We want to save as much as possible. And then here we are gonna take that tape off. This is going to be the most difficult because remember, we're not using painter's tape, we're using just regular tape. So you see me kind of struggle here trying to get the tape off. If it was painter's tape, it would still be a little bit difficult, but it would lift a little bit more because painter's tape doesn't like to stick to fabric. So this is, the struggle is real here. So yeah, make sure you kind of peel it off. Also, the downside of this is that you might get some paint on areas of the shirt where you don't want it to be. So yes, finally got the tape off. So this is your print. It ended up printing pretty good. You know, there is some spots that I'm going to show you right there that are kind of faded, that don't look so clean and so crisp. But this is the process that I started with. So there's some pros and cons for you. If you have any questions, let me know.